welcome to the Late Night Show. Hope everything is okay. Hope everything is all right. Happy New Year. My name is Andrew Dick. Okay, kids, what's happening on the lovely island of St. Martin? We begin with the news of many, many, many things, but most importantly, the police officers of St. Martin continue to work under very, very, very harsh conditions. Why I say that is because besides strip searching people, they're still strip searching people, apparently. Yeah. Thank God I don't get strip searched. That's why I behave during this New Year's, Old Year's weekend, because I was like, I don't want to be strip searched. No. I was like, PSD. I was like, no, I don't want to. Please. When I see a police officer, every time I see a police officer, when I pass the road, I'll just go like, I'll just like grip up, tighten up. But in any case, they are still waiting on their monies, and not monies from the function book, or not monies that was supposed to be given to them recently. This is something from 2019 or 20, I believe, where they had Member of Parliament, the tallest Member of Parliament, Rolando Bryson, also Member of Parliament, at the up at that time, Richardson Martin, and see that Kuki Bailani, our current President of Parliament, making a motion. The motion, very clear, basically, that the shares that from UTS, that monies that we received, monies will be going to the police officers that is due to them. It was a very simple motion. Half had to be paid before, which was paid, and Minister Duran ended up being the highest vote getter because he was the Minister of Justice at the time, and the justice workers were so happy that they get a little bit of change that they went and voted for him, and he became the highest vote getter. Let's fast forward to 3 years later, yes, where now the monies had to be paid in 2022, before the end of 2022. According to the motion, it reads, the Parliament of St. Martin is in its meeting today, June 30th, 2021. Oh, so it was in 2021. Considering the letter from the former Minister of Justice to the CCU, dated June 28, 2019, and the documents referenced in said letter, also considering the letter received by Parliament from the Union and the APV on June the 22nd, blah, 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 resolves to request the government to finalize the updated requisite for KPSM and any other applicable Justice Ministry personnel in order to calculate the retroactive payments finalized and report to Parliament with these within 3 months of today's date, which was June the 30th, 2021. That never happened. But anyway, continuing, number 2, and this is the most important part of the motion. It says, resolves that to request the government to include all outstanding amounts due to the Justice Ministry personnel since 2010 that has not been paid out yet and are not included in the budget 2021 in the budget of 2022, and to have these amounts paid out no later than December 31st, 2022. It never happened. So, did the Minister of Justice fail to listen to a motion by the Parliament of St. Martin? The answer is yes. So, what's going to be the excuse now? We're hoping to hear from the Minister to hear why she didn't pay it out, because this has nothing to do with the function book. This has to do with an instruction given to you as the Minister of Justice back in 2020-21. So what's the whole up now? What are you going to tell us? What's a Nancy story you're going to come with? I can't wait. It's going to be exciting. Another thing that is in the news, aspiring politician, Mr. Julian Rollock Jr., Julian Rollock Jr. Yes, I need to get used to saying that because I used to say just Julian Rollock, but this is the junior. He went to Curacao over this past weekend, and he went and talked to the director of Aqua Electra. You don't know who Aqua Electra is? It is basically the GEBE of Curacao. And it's It was a very interesting conversation, and I have to share it with you because it's very important that you know that Curacao is a real place, and St. Martin hopefully is going to be a real place very soon. But the advice given by the director of Aqua Electra, amazing. Good interview by the aspiring politician, I must say.
I don't know. I don't have a lot of inside information on the GB case right now, but one thing I know that once you've been hacked, it's like a list. They list you. Those hackers. They list you, so they will keep hitting you back. So what you have to do is you have to a couple of things. Your disaster recovery should be well in place, and you should have backups. You should have your security systems, and you should train your people, because hacking is two ways. They can hack into your system by two ways, by sending phishing emails, so kind of like emails, and it's quite common. They send you an email and you click on that, on whatever link in there, and they're in your system. And maybe they don't use it immediately, but they know how to get in because they've read your system already. Or they can just try it through websites, your corporate websites and stuff like that. Both of them, you need to have a well-equipped firewall system, and your people should be knowledgeable not to click on suspicious emails and stuff like that. So the Electra, you can never say you're 100% protected, but at least we have gone through a lot of steps to make sure that if they hack us, they have to come from good houses. It's not just like plain vanilla. So I know the GB case, but up front I would say train your people, make sure your systems in there is well protected, and on the other side, just keep on upgrading your systems. Use the latest software system and stuff like that. Otherwise, you're prone to hackers anytime.
Is there a way we can, right now, for example, now, I understand where GB is coming from in a way because they don't want to lose neither. But in my opinion, thinking of the logic, can they get a new system, like for example, invest in a new software and maybe take the losses and start fresh?
Again, I don't know the GB situation. It's a call that based on the situation you're in, how deep you're in. You could say yes, you would cut your losses and start all over again, or what are the perspective of restoring your current system, and that is something that having the internal knowledge you'd be able to make that call. But as I recall, and as GB was one of our examples, because they are running an SEP, and GB, that's why we also choose to run an SEP, which is a very solid.
It's a computer system type?
Yeah, it's a software package. It's called ERP. So it manages your inventory, it manages your customer database, it manages your finance. So you got one big application, one big software in which everything is registered. Very, very solid system. Very, very good system also. Enables you to do, for instance, your annual reports quite so faster, digitally and stuff like that. But you have to kind of like be aware with, again, the more we digitalize our systems, our processes, the more prone you become for those type of risks. So you have to kind of like be preventive also. My IT manager here at Aqua Electricity says, actually we're an IT company that by chance sells water and power. So if you think like that, then you act like that. So we're an IT company, so we have to protect our IT assets, and then you sell water and power on a safe way. So that is the philosophy we go by at Aqua Electricity.
How much, how do you say, roughly, how much homes do you guys provide water right now?
We got 87,000 water connections and like 85,000 power connections.
Now, the relationship between GB and Aqua Electra is, if I may ask.
Right now, we don't have a lot of contact with GB like we used to have in the past. We're more concentrated with Aruba and Bonaire, which we work a lot together.
Stacia also, right?
Stacia also, but we're open as Aqua Electricity. We're open to tie the knots with GB and work together for all solutions. I firmly keep believing that we're too small an island for each one of us to be working separately on the same problems. So if we united, again, I said it earlier, united we stand, divided we fall. We should be able to tackle issues together because we have a lot of things in common. So if there's an interest, we're willing to assist anytime, with anything that we can.
Because now, Mr. Jonas, I need to tell you, a lot of people in St. Martin is tired with this situation right now. March next year, 2023, is going to be a year that we don't get bills, or we get bills, we get crazy bills. It's crazy. It's a chaos in St. Martin, and it's not being addressed. It's not being addressed.
If we can help from our side, anything that we can help, that we can do to help with crews, with the thinking,
Wow.
we're open because we've been through that too. We've had an instance where we had 6 months that we didn't issue bills. It hurts your cash flow.
Why was that actually?
When we converted our system, it was in 2018 when we converted our system to SAP. We started.
It was an upgrade.
Yeah, it was an upgrade. And then when we started issuing the first bills, we noticed there was something wrong with the billing system. And then they reversed all the bills, which shouldn't have been done. It was a human error, and that caused that we had a delay. And actually, the delay was like 3 months, but we extended it to make sure all the testing was properly done. So when we started sending out bills, we know for sure it was the right bills. So that's why it took more than actually it had to take, because we wanted to be sure. So we've been there, and we know what impact it has on your cash flow when you cannot send out bills. Even sending out bills, people might not pay. So imagine if they don't send out the bills.
Well. Okay, Mr. Jonas. Another topic I would like to touch with you is a topic that I really vibe for, and I see it in several countries. Is prepaid electricity. St. Martin is giving electricity and water for quite some time now, and we don't have prepaid electricity. You do not have the choice to connect prepaid electricity. First question is, since when we had prepaid electricity in Curacao? Since when they applied it? And after that, I would like to ask you, I would like to go a little bit into more details. Why was it applied? That's one of the very important things. Go ahead.
We've been applying prepaid since 1997 in Curacao. Actually, my home was the seventh prepaid connection. So one of the things I do always, even in those days, we did that we test it on our own. If it's good for us, then it's good for our customers too. In those days we made a choice actually for prepaid to facilitate, especially the people that had apartments and stuff like that, for move-ins and move-outs. Each time you have to do a name change and stuff like that, so you do prepaid, and then it's gonna be easier because you don't have to do name change and stuff like that. Then it turned out to be a very good tool for let's call it for the social needies, because then you don't have to buy, you can buy 5 guilders of electricity. I've seen people buy 2 guilders of electricity.
Wow.
Because that's what they could afford at that time, so just for the night and stuff like that. So we've been doing that. Of the customer base, I just mentioned about 85,000 power connections, about 33,000 is now on prepaid. And we do it only for domestic. We don't have prepaid for commercial yet. As you might know, we're doing a full deployment for smart meters right now, changing all the meters to become smart. So we can, one of the things is remotely disconnect and reconnect the customer. In that platform, we're testing, as we speak, we're testing prepaid power on that smart meter platform, but also prepaid water. So next year, we will most likely deploy a pilot with our customer for also prepaid water, which might, and it has its legal challenges, because who's your customer when you have both prepaid water and electricity? You don't have no customer at that house. It's like having a prepaid phone. Nobody knows who's the customer on that side of the phone. So we have to figure that one out. But technically, we already know that the prepaid water is possible in Curacao. So we're going to deploy it, and again, to meet the customer needs. Our purpose as a company, as a utility company, our purpose is to fundamentally contribute to the well-being of the citizens of Curacao. So if you want to contribute to the well-being, you, for instance, deploying the prepayment water, also together with the prepayment power, you give them the possibility to manage their own bills.
Yeah.
You give them the possibility to apply pay-as-you-go system. So you don't, you make it easier for them. And you make it easier for us too, because doesn't that means that the people won't have an overdue bill
Yeah, yeah.
because you pay as you go. So that is that we're looking at also as a cash flow solution. So that's why we're doing it.
So, in other words, yeah, GB, take notes. The full interview is available on Elect Julian Rollock Jr. Yes, on Facebook. So the full interview is there. If you want to take notes, you want to just reach out to Curacao, also reach out to the other islands, and let's get our shit together. Let's get things together. It's important. Yes? No? Maybe? Let's go. Good job to Mr. Rollock for doing such a out of the box thing. Because normally you have politicians just talking, but he went to the source. He went to Curacao, and he actually went and talked to somebody who knows what the hell they know about electricity and water, and actually, managing a government-owned company very well. Anyway, one last thing. The Bus Association made a statement today, and no, they are not increasing the fares as yet. Many people were kind of scared because minimum wage gone up as of this month, at the end of this month. Yes, you have to pay a little bit more to the minimum wage earners, businesses, so get your affairs in order. Government make sure they reminded you today in a statement by Minister Omar Otley. So it's gone up. It gone up. Anyway, so the bus fare is not going up. It's staying the same because it has to be regulated by the government, and hopefully soon, then later, when our new minister of TIAT is coming in, then he will have to keep the ball rolling, all right? As far as government is concerned, everything is still intact so far. So we're still looking at, a stable government, stable for now. All right, welcome to the Late Night Show. We have a good one for you. Let's begin.